Welcome to the Sarah Scoop Show. It's time to get the scoop with Sarah. Welcome back to the Sarah Scoop Show. Today, my guest is Michael Campion, who many of you will recognize from Fuller House, but he also is a skilled actor in other sorts of things and does magic, and he's just a lot of fun. So thank you, Michael, for being here with me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
First of all, let's talk about that role you have on Fuller House.
Yeah, for sure.
What is it like playing Jackson?
Oh man, it is so much fun. I every time I go out on the stage, I feel like I'm kind of me. I'm kind of like a heightened version of me, because Jackson's very like clumsy. He doesn't really know what's going on most of the time. He's just kind of like, oh yeah, like doing my thing. And I feel like that's really me, but it's just kind of like the sitcom version of me. So I get to play myself, and it's so much fun, and I get to work with an amazing cast, and it's honestly the healthiest set I have ever been on in my life. It's amazing.
And how was that? You said, you work with such a great group of people, like getting to work with them and remake such an iconic show.
Yeah, I honestly, at this point, we're all pretty much a family, like a legitimate family. I would consider them my second family. In fact, today, I was just texting all of them in my big Fuller House group chat. We were making plans, so it was a great time. And working with them was, I mean, I don't think that amazing is the right word. It's just so far beyond that, because there's like some shows that you watch and you're like, wow, they have like really good chemistry. We're like a step above that, because they've been together for 30 years, and now we're coming in and we're just integrated right in the show. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it seems like all of the new characters really just fit right in. Is that how it felt when you were from the
Exactly.
get-go?
Right, exactly. They were so inclusive with everything.
What's been your favorite part about getting to play Jackson?
My favorite part definitely is how goofy Jackson is all the time. I get to do lots of stupid things. I get to say lots of stupid lines. Well, not stupid, just like goofy in general. I'd say that I have some of the funnier lines next to like Jimmy and Fernando, because they all are kind of like goofy characters too. Like it's just so fun. I get to do a lot of gags, a lot of pranks. It's amazing.
What have been some of your other roles that you've done besides playing Jackson? Because you've been doing acting for quite a while now.
Right. Yeah, I've been acting since I was 5, and I've been, well, see, Fuller House was like, it's been my biggest role so far. I've done a lot of smaller like feature films when I was like 12, and then like my very first feature film I was like 9, and then before that I did a lot of plays. Man, I can't remember a time like where I wasn't doing some kind of acting thing, but this is like the like first iconic role. So if I told you any of the other roles, it wouldn't really make sense. You'd be like, oh, I've never seen it.
You've got a lot of experience acting, and then Fuller House came into it, but you've been working really hard for a lot of years to get to that role.
Right. Yes. I've been working very hard, and it's now that Fuller House is over. Actually, I just did a really cool thing. December, like winter break, there was this play that I got to play Prince in Snow White, and that was like a nice little transition, like down from Fuller House back into reality. And now I'm going back at it. Now we're auditioning and stuff again, so it's a great time.
How has your life changed since taking on the role of Jackson in Fuller House?
Well, now I obviously have like a presence in the public, and I get to, it's really fun to like make people's day when they like watch the show, or like if they recognize me. I get to like be that like magical part of their day. I think that's really fun. Now I have more influence to help people and charities and things, and that's really been important to me. But I also now get to do bigger acting roles and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So something else that you like to do is magic. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that, because how fun.
Right, yeah. Anyone who lives in LA probably knows about a place called the Magic Castle. It's this establishment where magicians go. You can see them perform. And it's really, really hard to like get accepted into like the inner circle is what they call it. You have to audition, you have to do all this crazy stuff. I actually got into their junior program in October of 2018. And then I've been performing there ever since. I've been performing magic since I was 8. So this has been like just the next level step for me. It's been great.
And how did you start doing that when you were 8 years old? Like, what drew you to magic?
So, very fun story. My aunt and uncle used to be professional clowns for Ringling Brothers Circus. They always got me crazy stuff, like stupid little gag gifts, you know. And one day, oh, actually no, it wasn't one day. It was for Christmas. They got me a magic kit, and I just fell in love, and I started doing it for a long time. I kind of took a break there after Fuller House started, but then I got right back into it again just a few years after. So it's been kind of like deeply engraved in my heart ever since.
And how do you go about learning those tricks? Like, is this something that you're training to do, practicing all the time? Like, those
Right.
tricks in the Magic Castle and just magic itself is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it can be really hard sometimes, you know, trying to find like the trick. For the most part, I split like where I actually perform up into like three parts. I have like just kind of street magic, like stuff I can do for people, like, you know, impromptu kind of deal. I have my like close up magic at the Magic Castle, and then I just auditioned for a stage show at the Magic Castle. So that's gonna be really fun to start performing in like late summer probably. For each one, I try to learn individual tricks, mostly for like a routine that I'm about to do. I'm always looking for new stuff. I'm always reading books. I'll probably practice for like maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, just like perfecting certain stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what it takes to like actually keep your craft up.
And how does someone kind of follow your footsteps in that? Like, do you have a platform that they can follow your magic and possibly learn tricks themselves?
Yeah, yes. On my Instagram, I post a lot of magic. I have a little story highlight where I do some magic stuff. I'm actually starting to teach magic now that you've mentioned that. I do some stuff on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's Michael Campion, just straight up at Michael Campion.
Wow, that's such a fun story because we see you as, an actor, but you also have this fun magician side too.
Yeah, yeah. My entire family, they're all performers. My aunt and uncle now, they retired from being clowns. They are Santa and Mrs. Claus professionally now, like real bearded Santa. It's crazy.
Wow.
And my mom, she's used to be the fairy godmother at Disney World, which is also insane. So I just have a long history of performers. It's kind of bound to be at my blood.
Yeah, and so did you grow up in Florida then, going to the amusement parks?
Yeah, yeah. So I grew up in Orlando, Florida. Kind of partially moved out to LA right now. Hopefully to be moved out like by the time I turn 18, which will be in just 3 months. Yeah, my mom, I always got to go to Disney, you know, whenever I wanted. She just had like free passes. So that was just the best childhood, you know, ever.
Yeah, that's awesome. So moving out to LA, you'll continue your magic. And when it comes to acting, what kind of roles are we hoping to see you in, or are you hoping to do in the future? Like, do you think the comedy, or are you going to do a variety?
Right. I would love to start doing like more dramatic roles and stuff because that's always been like my strong suit. I felt like I kind of had to learn the comedics. I mean, I've always had like comedic timing, but like being on Fuller House like really strengthened that side. Now I kind of want to show like the other side too. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some feature films. You know, I'm holding on to that. I miss doing movies. I feel like it'd be a nice change of pace for me. Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, when you did Fuller House, you were performing in front of a live audience. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, we had a live audience every Friday.
Yeah, how was that, getting to interact with them, or at least just perform and hearing them while you were acting?
Right. It was, oh my gosh. First of all, it was my favorite day of the week because, you know, we would have rehearsal like Monday, Tuesday, it would be Tuesday, Wednesday would be rehearsal. Thursday would be like kind of pre-shooting everything that we couldn't show to the audience. And then Friday would be actually like doing it. And it was like, I mean, it's like being on stage, like in front of like a giant, like you're doing a play. That's almost what it's like, because you have an audience and they're laughing and they're interacting with you and you get that energy back, and then it like fuels your acting. It's like this feedback loop where your performance just gets better every time. And plus, like, I love our stand-up guy who warms the audience up and keeps them entertained. He's amazing. Like I'll talk to him, I'll go up to the audience, like I'll, you know, like we'll have some laughs, like we'll say jokes or whatnot. And it's just overall like the healthiest, most like adrenaline pumping. It's like, whoa, like I'm actually doing this right now. So it was great. In short, it was great.
Yeah, that's amazing. So finally, I just want to know, because like when you become someone on Fuller House or something like that, a lot of people are looking up to you. There's people that want to follow and do acting like you've done, and also the magic, like they want to follow in what you're doing, but a lot of people don't have a family of entertainers or people to show them that these things are possible. So what kind of advice can you give to them?
Right. I honestly, I was very blessed to have like all the variables just lined up, and that does not happen all the time. It really doesn't. I mean, I know a lot of kids who are very passionate about acting, and they don't have like the time or the resources to go out and like to LA or whatnot. My suggestion, if I was in that position, first of all, I would be taking as many acting classes as I could. I'd be doing like school plays. Those are so important. That's how I got started, in school plays and community theater. That just teaches you so much, like real practical experience. Whole performing side. Magic you can learn anytime. Magic is just amazing pastime. You have this instant conversation starter. You're instantly cool with so many people. So you can learn that on your own. YouTube is your best friend. And if you're truly serious about acting, because it takes a big commitment. Like I haven't been able to like go to school and like have like normal friends. Like I've had to be like in this professional environment. I know for a lot of kids, once they actually get out of school, they start to, move out to LA on a very low budget, and like good for them, because like they're really putting themselves out there. But like I said, it's a commitment. So if you want to do it, just know that's what it is going to take. I know that's not the most practical advice, but you need that like mindset to actually, do it.
It's good to give people like the realistic advice too, because they see like all this, like, oh, now he's Jackson on Fuller House, but you've got a long background of doing plays and all sorts of things to get you to that point.
Yeah, exactly. And it just takes so much dedication to your craft. I think if you put your craft before everything, before wanting to be famous, before wanting to be out in LA, that's going to drive you forward so far, because people are going to see that, and then they're going to give you opportunities because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Michael. You were a pleasure to talk to today. You've given us some great insights. We loved hearing about Fuller House, your magic, and can't wait to see you on the big screen soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was fantastic.
Thank you for watching The Sarah Scoop Show. Head to sarahscoop.com for more.